not able to tell anything about something that he told you that was actually very significant.
Well, no, it's just that the symbol I'm talking about is on the national coat of arms of the Soviet Union. So I would say anyone who's interested in this, look at the symbols on the national coat of arms and study it. Don't just look at it, but look at all the implications of it, and then follow the other pictures that I have that I will give you, with each one's a step closer and another step closer to it, and keeps going. And I think there's about 6 or 7 pictures.
Okay, but it also links up with the Japanese, the use of this red sun, also the right. sun that was in Obama's inauguration exactly. in the background.
What about the Pittsburgh G20 summit? It's like a bridge.
I know.
Yeah. That's the same thing, huh, with 2 bridges coming together?
But isn't there some occult significance to the sun itself?
Of course there is.
Up here.
Of course.
And are we talking about something to do with the Anunnaki as well and
yes.
their agenda?
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
There is a hidden agenda that's been in operation on this earth for thousands of years. And see, I'm at a disadvantage because I'm trying to explain something to an audience who has not been where I've been and seen what I have, and so I'm having a difficulty trying to legitimize what I'm saying if you haven't seen what I've seen. And so...
Okay, well that's part of the purpose of the interview. I mean, we are Camelot, we have a lot of background information already on our site, as you know. And so in many ways, the people that are watching this will have seen, they'll have been already educated if they weren't, to begin with.
I understand.
By Camelot, by the other people that have come before you. But I think it's very significant that we're talking now. And I think that what we've touched on here is like, this is the beginning of a revealing that most people are not aware of. And,
yes.
and obviously, you've got that story. Okay.
I'll tell you, no matter how well prepared and how well read you are, I will guarantee you, you've not heard the story.
Okay.
I have a story no one's heard. And I've been looking at it since '67. So we're talking about what, how many years is that? 67 to 2007? That's what, 40 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And when did you actually stumble on the final, because I feel like, in a sense, you have the full meaning of it at this stage. I think that perhaps you have that full meaning. So I'm asking you, in a sense, when did you arrive there? How many years ago did you actually get to the full meaning? I think probably somewhere in the mid-90s, it began to really dawn on me. Okay, yeah, and dawn has something to do with it.
That's right.
We're also talking about,
we're talking about an ancient story that has been...
The Golden Dawn. We're talking about
absolutely.
The Golden Dawn and the
absolutely.
information there. But what...
Much further back, but Golden Dawn was just one more step in a continuing flow of a particular idea, and as it moves into the last days of the world that we're living in, we are now entering into a new dispensation, I choose that term, dispensation of time, in which this symbol is going to be everywhere.
Okay.
And I would like to be able to give like a 2.5 to 3 hour presentation just on this one symbol. I had a motion picture producer, a rather successful motion picture producer, and I were talking about doing a movie, and he called it, after I gave him some of the information, he called it, let's call the movie The Symbol. And then we talked about it and said, well, maybe the hidden symbol. And I have the contract where he sent me, and here's the movie that we want to do, and we'll call it The Symbol, or The Hidden Symbol. And that never got done for all kinds of reasons. But then I see the new movie coming out with Dan Brown, The Hidden Symbol, and I'm thinking, these guys who are smart, intelligent in Hollywood, they are either knowledgeable on this symbol and are releasing it slowly but surely, or there's some kind of an understanding going on that people are starting to look at symbols more now and beginning to put the pieces together like I've been doing for 48 years. And now they are beginning to perceive what I'm talking about. But they haven't got there yet. And so it's a form of professional jealousy. I would like to be the one that presents my work before Warner Brothers gets a hold of it from somebody else.
Well, I mean, here's your opportunity. So anything you hold back at this point, I mean, really, you do so at your own risk, in a sense.
I understand.
Because this is an opportunity, and we are really coming close to the juncture, I mean, 2012 and beyond,
Right.
where this agenda is really coming to the fore.
I know.
So
And it's
it's
just
not...
incredible.
Yeah,
watching
I
it.
mean, it's amazing that you've been watching this thing with full
For 40 years I've been watching it
awareness
coming. Right.
as to each step, each rollout. And so, take us down the path.
All
Tell
the
us-
presidents of the United States, all of them, have used the same terms. From George Washington, the terms he used and the things he said were taken directly from the ancient prehistoric world of the Anunnaki, the ancient gods, from the ancient Sumerians, Babylonians, Phoenician Canaanites, ancient Greece, ancient Rome. They all use the same word in the same term.
Okay, what is the term? What are the terms?
The term is the dawn of the new day.
Okay.
And the concept of the dawn of a new day is the sun rising between two mountains. And this goes back to the beginning of Christianity in the 4th century when Constantine codified the religion called Christianity. Christianity is nothing more than, in my opinion, Christianity is the most popular rendition of the ancient cult story. This ancient thing that for thousands of years it's been hidden from people, but the masters of the world, the kings and rulers have all understood. Christianity is telling you the same story, but you don't see it. So people are fixated on Jesus and on his ministry and never for a moment suspect that the entire story is the same ancient story that's been told by so many ancient cultures and is today part of the New World Order, Illuminati, Masonic orders around the earth. The entire superstructure of Western civilization has bought into this most ancient story, never realizing for a moment what they're doing.
Okay, I have some clues along the lines of this, and I have to say, you're really talking about the rise of the son of Anu,
Exactly.
you're talking about, I don't know if it's Marduk, but it's Orion, the son of Orion. Can you tell me?
Now you're getting close, right?
Okay,
Right.
this is him coming actually to come back to sit on the throne and to rule the world, and so maybe you can sort of start to paint that picture because. Now, is he coming in a craft?
Well,
Is
I
this
don't know.
depicted?
Maybe I would not be a bit surprised if they're already here, just waiting.
Okay,
They don't have to come. They're already here.
All
That's
right.
what Steven Spielberg said
right.
in his War of the Worlds. They're not coming. They're already here.
That's
And they
right.
popped up from out under the street. Symbolically, what Hollywood and Steven Spielberg are saying, they're right under your feet. They're right under the
Well,
city.
according to Bob Dean, they're walking the halls of the Pentagon.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Yeah.
So we certainly have witness testimony in that area.
I'm going to do a presentation on this very soon. I already have about a 3-hour presentation already ready to go that I
But
want to
Okay, but is this
explain it.
ruler coming to kind of take control? Is this a positive thing in your view or a negative thing?
I think negative.
Okay.
I think very negative. But the whole world is sucking it up. They love it. Never realizing the full implications of what's being said. It's like some kids going into Hollywood, leaving home and they're going to Hollywood. They're going to be in the motion